Yo guys, I'm72 here. Before I start this video though, I highly recommend you check out my friend Sora Alam 1's video here, The History of Kingdom Hearts 3, Fan Expectations versus Development Cycle. You could say it's really the first part of this whole grand topic, but of course it does not cover the same things. This video does indeed talk about the fans who want their greatly awaited Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's a bit more than that, so let's get started with a little background before jumping straight in. So with the most recent Kingdom Hearts trailer that came out during D23, there are so many people that are happy now that we have some type of release window for the game, which happens to be 2018 for those who don't know. About a day after the trailer came out, there have been a bunch of interviews with Nomura himself talking about a bunch of little things that had to do with Kingdom Hearts 3, like the new Toy Story world for example. Though there was one article I came across where Nomura had talked about how he has taken notice of what is said within our community, and how he has heard countless times from the fans that it's all Nomura's fault that KH3 is taking so long, which I also see from time to time. Things such as, he doesn't know what he's doing, to they should just fire Nomura since he can't handle the game. Back to the article though, Nomura goes to say that it really does make him feel bad and that it hurts, since everything that has happened toward KH3's development cycle toward the beginning wasn't his or the development team's fault. They had no control over it, as it was out of their hands. As you guys may or may not have heard, back in early to mid 2013 to about early to mid 2014, the game had been worked on without any problems until they had to switch the engine they were working on to a completely new engine, that being the Unreal Engine 4. An entire year's progress on the game, basically gone since they had to switch but to also learn this brand new engine. If you mix that with the time to where the development team had to learn new things such as lighting and possibly acquire new people on the team to do more things with this new engine, a lot more weight is added on and a lot more time is required toward the game. Again, it wasn't his decision to do so, but the company itself. He goes to say a few times to make sure it's emphasized, and I quote, "It was just out of my hands. I mean, yes, time has passed, but it's out of my hands." Now that we are done with the backstory though, let's talk about the main issues. I suppose issue number one would be the very harsh comments towards Nomura himself. I do understand that Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced a bit too early, and I know Nomura himself confirmed this, but at what point does that give people in our community the right to not only just assume, but to put all the blame on one person? I'm not trying to speak as if I know every single thing about Square and what they do, but I do have a decent understanding of how game development works with me being in college for that very thing. Game development is not easy. Not easy in the slightest, and from what I can tell as a person in the community, people seem to think that making a game is easy and fast as long as you do nothing but work on it. Some don't understand that, believe it or not, Tetsuya Nomura is a human being himself. He's just a regular person. Now take the fact that he's just a regular person and also the fact that he worked on other games within Square Enix and not just Kingdom Hearts 3. I know, it's crazy, right? The second issue would be the negligent comments made by a lot of people in the community. I'd say a good 70 to 75%. You may not think that random not so nice comment you left on someone's video or forum would reach anyone, but when there is multiple of the same people saying the same exact thing all over the internet, you would imagine it could become heard, right? People may not think Square is listening when it comes to feedback about their games and products, but truth be told, every game company has people whose job it is to get feedback through social media and to report back to see if they can improve any issue that may be involved with said games or products. This can definitely be said about Kingdom Hearts with how much they listen to the community when we voice our problems with the bugs that were in Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 and 2.5 for the PS4. They actually went out of their way to fix the games multiple times. That alone should tell you they listen. From what I can tell though, the problem links back to, and I believe I've said this before, living your life only for one game. I really am referring to the casual side of the fan base, but then again, believe it or not, it makes up most of the community. But there are instances where even longtime fans after playing KH2 lived every waking moment for the game to come out. In turn, they would get angry if they don't have a trailer every day or get this or that. So as long as you have been waiting a long time and the fact that you think you know everything about the development cycle, that it gives you the right to complain as much as you do, to say terrible things about the individual who is trying his best to make sure you have this game. Again, I do understand why this pressure is a thing. Not every single person in the community keeps up with the articles and interviews and the like, and of course, I personally don't expect them to. Even then, you would figure that if you were living for this game every single day of your life and it's vital to your health that you get some type of news for the game, wouldn't you as a fan keep up with the series to a degree? And if you know these facts and are still complaining and are saying bad things towards one individual, then what are you really trying to accomplish at the end of the day? What are your words really doing for anyone besides yourself? I would love an answer to that question. Now, there is a scenario I recently thought of that may actually end up being the case. Perhaps all the whining and horrible comments I see are some people's way of trying to show Square Enix that they want the game, that they care about their upcoming title. I do indeed like the idea behind that, but somewhere down the line, it became one of those things that sound better in theory. It seems it went from, yo Square, when is Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out? I'm really excited for it, to things like Cage 3 is never coming out, and Nomura obviously doesn't know what he's doing, they should fire him. When the game has only been in development for roughly 3 years now. Which, yes, I know links back to the whole thing of people thinking the game has been in development for 12 years, when it hasn't. All I'm saying here is that there are other ways to portray feelings on a certain subject rather than non-stop bashing of the individual that you think you know. At the end of the day, it comes back down to having patience. It also boils down to people being very ignorant. No one is saying you can't have an opinion. No one is saying you can't feel the way you do, and certainly no one is saying you can't be excited for the game. But I want the people to whom this applies to really take a step back, look at all the facts, and try to understand the situation we have at hand, as well as the situation Nomura himself has to deal with. If you feel as though I'm doing nothing but apologizing for Square in this video, whatever. If you think I'm just complaining about people and ranting, fine. But to those who do understand the true meaning behind this video and actually stop and reflect about some of the actions you may have done or even seen, I truly do thank you. Now, I ask those watching to do me a favor. If you see a harsh comment regarding the entire situation, reply to that person in a nice manner. If you're a fellow content creator, make a video on this same subject and really talk about the situation, how you feel, and let people know that what's been going down these last few years has not been okay, but make sure you go about it in a positive way. I really do love this community from the bottom of my heart and want nothing more than it to thrive and be welcoming to those new to the series. Though we can't have that if it's nothing but negative this and negative that regarding a game we will eventually be getting. Lastly though, this game needs all the help it can get, so instead of making it worse on the guy making it, let him know that us as the fans will all be here with smiles on our faces and $60 in our hands for when the game is officially released. I hope you all understood as well as enjoyed the video. I was working very hard on my analysis for the new Cage 3 trailer, but as this matter is a bit more pressing to me and it really touches my heart, I felt like I really needed to talk to you guys about it. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been Lumefront 2, and I will see you guys in a later video. Peace out.